This is the ultimate guide to making it through your grade, how to create a study timetable that is going to be effective and match your own time. Watch until the end because I have some crucial tips that I'm going to be sharing throughout this video. Just press your screen and you're going to see sections of the parts of the video basically where you're going to be finding specific things. So if you wish to skip to a specific part, you're more than welcome to. You need to know these tips and you need to know how to create the perfect study timetable because this is crucial. Like your marks are dying and you're letting them die. Do not do that. I'm here to help. Let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so if you do have something like this, which is a whiteboard, you could pretty much use it by writing on it with whiteboard markers. It's really effective, but an alternative is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. So first, grab a piece of paper. This is where you're going to sketch. This is not really where you're going to be doing your study timetable. I do prefer that you do use blank paper because if you use, striped paper, it might be impossible to actually draw the lines that I'm going to require you to draw later on in this video. So first of all, this is your sketch paper. You have to write your subjects, right? So in my case, it is English. And then we have Afrikaans. And then we have life orientation. And then we have EGD, which is engineering, graphics, and design, right? And then I'm going to write my other subject, which is life sciences, right? And then I have physical science, and then I have mathematics, right? So these are all my subjects, guys. You see I've written them. Okay, don't mind the handwriting, by the way. Don't even mind the handwriting. This is for sketching purposes. And then you're going to draw a line. This is before we even get to our timetable. So don't even think this is the product. This is not the full product, guys. So first of all, you start looking at subjects that are going to need most of your attention and you mark them out. So in my case, it's going to be mathematics, physics, life sciences, and engineering, graphics, and design, right? But of course, they have their levels to it. It's not like they require the same amount of attention, but they do require some attention, so that's why I marked them with those little dots. And what I'm going to do is look at how much time I can offer to each subject, right? So in my case, mathematics per day, it's going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? So I write that on this first column. Then physical sciences, right about the same, but I think I'm going to give it 1 hour, just an hour. And then life sciences, also an hour or maybe 45 minutes, okay? 45 minutes. And then EGD, I'm also going to be giving it 45 minutes, which I know I might probably go overboard and do about an hour, but that's fine because this is help me plan out my time, right? And then for life orientation, that's pretty much 30 minutes for you, almost at 30 seconds. And then Afrikaans is about the same, and then English is about the same, right? So I have 30 minutes for English. I hope you guys can see. I have 30 minutes for English, 30 minutes for Afrikaans, 30 minutes for life orientation, 45 minutes for EGD, 45 minutes for life science, 1 hour for physics, and 1 hour 30 minutes for math, because math is just all that, guys. So after doing this, you go ahead and plan out your day so that you know how much time you can really offer these subjects, right? So okay, for in my own case, I know I go to school from 6:40 until 14:45, right? So this is all school, right? School, basically. And then what do I do from then? I get to the gym at about 15:50, and then I gym up until 16:45, right? So this is the gym, right? And then this is when my study session has to begin. But of course, I have to walk home for 15 minutes. So I'm going to start immediately at 17:00, which is 5 o'clock at night, right? Or is it at, I don't even know if it's night, but I think I'm right. So basically, 17:00 up until what time is going to be my studying time. Now you have to look at what time you're going to have to sleep, and stuff like that. So in my case, I have to go to sleep by 10 o'clock. And on some days, I think I might risk more, because if you think about it, you have to risk your sleep, guys. Like, actually, sacrifice is going to be the key in this case. So basically, I am going to be sleeping at 22:30. Let's say 22:30, right? We say study session, right? That is all the three things that you need to add there: school, gym, and study session. For those who don't have extracurricular activities, where I do have gym, they can basically just start their study session from here, and that is absolutely perfect. They can start their study session from this time. But of course, our times are not going to be the same, so plan it how it works for you. Then what you do now, this is where we begin with our actual study timetable. You see, all of this we just sketched is going to be very necessary, because we're going to know if all of this time is going to fit into this, right? And if it doesn't, that's when you actually correct your errors. So now let's go on and make a study timetable. Like I had mentioned earlier, you're going to have to use a blank paper, because we're going to have to do some decorations all around the paper by the borders and all of that. Just use this paper. If you don't have blank paper, that still works. It's gonna work. I mean, doesn't have a choice but to. So now what you do is you grab your ruler. I'm using my EGD ruler because I lost my actual ruler. So I'm using an EGD triangle, which is a 30-60, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. I don't think that was all necessary. And then you grab a whiteboard marker or anything that has a very thick end to it. Like it could be a highlighter maybe. I have a bunch of those. You can grab anything literally, but just follow along with the steps and see why I'm actually making the borders black. Because it brings out that seriousness of school. If you use colors, yes, it's going to be decorative, but it's not going to be as serious as if, you get what I'm trying to say. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually, wait, before you even use your whiteboard marker, make sure that you make your markings with a pencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I draw a line like this, right? Okay, so then you do the same for all the other edges. You guys do see what I did here, right? At this stage, hold on, focus. Okay, at this stage, it's still allowed for you to make mistakes, because we're not really there yet, like the serious part yet, So if you did make a mistake, please realign your ruler if you did make a mistake, and fix up your errors, because this is done by a professional, by the way. I'm very good at EGD. That's why you see me using my EGD triangle. So basically what you're going to do next is you're going to go over the edges once again, but using this time a whiteboard marker or a thick end stationery, I guess. I don't know. So what you're going to do is take your whiteboard marker, and you only draw lines up until these corners, right? You leave everything else. You only draw up until those corners. Perfect. Now you see how our paper is lined up. If you wish to, you may color the side of the borders. You may maybe use highlighters there, or like make little markings, or maybe like red hearts or something. But this is, personally for me, I feel like this is absolutely perfect, because it's given that seriousness of school. Shows that you're very serious about school. So now we get to the serious part. Just make sure you put your paper horizontally, so that you can fill up this whole entire space, because if you don't, it's going to look like you have some things missing on your paper. So yeah, put it like this, and grab one of your favorite highlighters. Personally for me, it's this pink one. Grab your whiteboard marker again, then grab your pencil, then a black pen or any other color. You can use purple, you can use red, but in this case we're going to be using black. So let's go ahead. So now what you're going to write with your pencil is study timetable. So let's go ahead and do that, and make sure it's very bold and like thick, so that it can stand out of all the things that you're going to be writing here. So you go ahead and write study timetable. Right, this is very light, because this is still a sketch. So now you're gonna go ahead and use your highlighter, but you're gonna write in cursive this time, right? right? You see how it looks so far. It's not really perfect, but we're gonna go ahead and decorate some more. So just make sure that you do erase the pencil underneath this highlighter. Okay, that is literally somehow perfect. Now this is where the black pen actually matters. So what you're going to do is just write over this, but just like smaller print compared to what's written in highlighter. Right? This is how you actually do it. So if you do wish to use a different type of font, maybe you're not that good at cursive, it's still fine, but just make sure that this stands out because this is what we need to pop out. Now you can use any other color. Personally, I want to use pink because I don't know, it's giving girly study timetable. So you use your pink to draw out that heart that I did at the beginning, and then you're just going to be decorating it with the purple just to make it look as if it's in 3D effect, you know, and obviously you can add some dots. Perfect. Now this is our heart, and let me erase the pencil. Okay, so what you do now is actually start with your study timetable, and basically what you're going to be doing is looking at that paper for reference where we wrote our subjects and everything. So now you write subjects on the other side and then time on the other side. So first you're going to be writing, in this case I don't know which type of pen to use honestly, but let's go black. So no, let's actually go pink. Let's go pink. First column, you're going to be writing duration, and then second column, you're going to be writing subject. Those are going to be your two actual topics for the two columns, duration and subject, basically. Duration, make sure that it also stands out, but not more than the study timetable part. Right, and then this is where your actual decorating skills actually matters, you know. Oh, I had to readjust the paper because I noticed I was actually drawing sideways, but that's fine. So all I've done really since the camera was off is add these lines with pencil, right, just so that I know when to stay in line, just so I don't, you know, make it look a little bit skew. But now you're gonna go in with color if you wish, but personally I want to use black just so you guys can see what I'm doing, because other colors are really lightly visible compared to black. Okay, so what you're gonna do is actually start with the subject that matters the most. You're gonna have to start with the subject that matters the most, which in my case is mathematics. Then it goes on and on and on and on. I think this is actually going to be the order. Perfect. So now that you have listed the subjects, we go on to the duration. Okay, how long you're going to be studying the subject for. Okay, you guys, so this is what we have already done. So now what you can do, which I'm not going to be doing in this video because this is already long enough and I apologize for that, but what you can do, I mean, is use the space to plan out what you're going to be studying on specific days. I might just sketch that on pencil just so you guys have an idea of what I'm saying. So you don't actually need this column. This is just for, you know, safety purposes, so that we don't go over the lines or write skew, or like, you know, just to avoid errors basically, but you're not going to need this. Like I was saying, you can use this to plan out what subject you're going to be studying each and every day, right? So basically, you obviously can't study every subject every single day. So what you're going to have to do is draw up a table. I'm just going to quickly sketch it. I hope it doesn't look ugly, you know, but like I said, I do EGD, so my lines better be straight. Come on now. That's not too bad, you know? That's not too bad. So what you're going to do is write out days, and then you're going to be writing subject, right? And then here you create a little key, right? You create a key. Okay, so after writing key, you're going to actually be using colors to show what subjects you're studying on specific days. So basically you don't need a column again because we're going to make everything decorated and look pretty, so what you're going to do is write out days, which we have Monday, we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, we have Thursday, we have Friday, and we have Saturday. Okay, so what you're going to do is actually avoid writing Sunday because you're going to need to take Sunday off. Believe me, Sunday is a very short day, and if you decide to use it for studying, you're going to be studying the whole day pretty much. I'm telling you this from experience, I know. So basically what you're going to do is after writing these days, you're going to do a little arrow, 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 and arrow. What you plan on doing is actually studying 3 subjects per day. So now, since we have the key, we have math, we have physics, we have life sciences, we have LO, we have EGD, we have Afrikaans, we have English. Are those all my subjects? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I had to. So basically what you do is use the key, right? I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 highlighters. This is a problem, but I'll just I'll just use purple because I don't have a purple highlighter. Smart thinking, even Einstein couldn't come up with this. So you know what I'm saying. For math, you could use this color. Oh, I didn't even realize I had 2 greens. So I need 1 more color. Oh my goodness, I'll just use black then. A black pen. Okay, a blue pen because we haven't used that in this video, so we're going to use a blue pen. Actually, I prefer this one. Hold on, I prefer this one. Fine. So what you're going to do is actually create a key for every subject, and for math we're going to be doing this, which is purple. For physical sciences we're going to be doing this, which is green. Then for life sciences we're going to be doing yellow. Then for life orientation we're going to be doing orange. And then for EGD, we're going to be doing, let's go pink because I love EGD, and I love pink as well. So we're going to go pink. This doesn't even look pink. And then for Afrikaans, we're going to be going blue. And then for English, which other color did I say I was going to use? Oh, blue. Thank you guys so much for reminding me, if you did remember actually. And then for English, we're going to be using... Hold on. Okay, pretty much, yeah, this pen is not working. It's busted out. Okay, for those of you who actually guessed what was going to happen from here, I guess it's safe to give you the props and say you were smart. So basically what you're going to do is put your keys onto here, and I did say that you're going to aim for 3 subjects per day. So now let's start with the most important subjects, because Monday is the day that we're going to have more energy, because mind you, we're not going to study on Sunday, which means on Monday we're going to have, we're going to be recharged basically. So this is where you do the tough subjects, so we're going to go EGD, we're going to go maths, and then we're going to go physical sciences, right? This is what we're doing. So basically for Monday, you go ahead and put maths there, you put EGD there, and then you also put physical sciences there. I don't think this is complicated at all. Let me know if it's working out, or if you don't understand, let me know in the comment section. But this is basically how it's going. Can you tell how you're going to follow this? And then the following day, of course, you pick up where you left off from. This is something that I really have to mention because people tend to forget it. Do not study 3 subjects today and then 3 different subjects tomorrow, right? Continue with 2 subjects, add a different one. Next day, you leave that other one that's been there for too long, add a 3rd subject, just like that. You'll see what I'm talking about. So since we did maths, physics, and EGD on Monday, we're going to have to take 2 subjects and carry on until Tuesday, right? Because it's 3 subjects every day. So now what you're going to do is, let's look at the most important out of 3. It's maths and physics, of course. They're all important, but I'm talking about like things that require more time now. So what you're going to do is take mathematics again. You're going to take physical sciences again, and then you are going to look for another subject which is as important, right? And in our case, it's life sciences. So you go ahead and add life sciences now, right? Clearly, you do understand what's going on, but let's continue up until Saturday so that it makes sense. So basically, I know that you get the picture. You see what I've done. I have already gone according to what subjects are going to need my attention and all things like that. So now, instead of just leaving it like this, I am about to make it cute and pretty so that it's presentable and I can put it on my thumbnail. So let me make this cute and all. Step into my EGD zone, creative zone, and then show you guys the finished product. Okay, you guys, boom. I am super proud of myself. Hold on. I just thought of something very creative to do. Okay, cute. So basically, what I've done was make this look a little bit prettier than what I'd normally make it look like. So basically, the circle is just to make a little bubble. You can draw things that you want to draw. Personally, I like doing bubbles because I don't know, it gives that effect, y'all. Like, I'm drowning in school, because bubbles symbolizes water and soap. So soap is very slippery, it means you're slipping, and then water, you're like drowning. Okay, too much, too much. Let me stop. But basically, decorate it however you want to. If you're that creative, you can draw a little Stitch because I love Stitch so much. Matter of fact, I have a painting of Stitch that I did a few months ago. Oh, and by the way, this is my exam timetable. But basically, I just wanted to show you guys how creative I can get, just so you don't doubt your ability when it comes to me and my creativity. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys who you're dealing with. So this is my file for creative things. I just wanted to give you guys a little tour. You'll actually get that. Well, I don't know when, but you will see it sometime, bruh. Honestly, but I just wanted to show you Stitch. This is how much I love Stitch, and if I did have a chance, I would paint Stitch on that exam timetable, especially because we have space right about here, so you can do whatever you want from here. And honestly, to end this off, I'd like to say thank you so much for 700 subscribers, and for those who haven't subscribed, that is really breaking my heart because I am pouring my soul and my creativity into all of this, and you're not even helping, bro. Please do make sure that you do subscribe. And for those who actually enjoyed this video, it was my pleasure because I do wish everyone nothing but the best. So I hope you guys do enjoy your exams. Good luck and study. Please follow the study timetable. It's not just for pretty or aesthetics or whatever. It is for you to study. Follow it. Otherwise, I'm gonna hunt all of you down. But with that being said, thank you so much.